The Amazon, a green hell. Here, size matters, and pain. She is the titan of the undergrowth, the bullet ant. She is a relic, armored in black iron and golden spikes, a survivor from a darker age.
Listen, she doesn't just bite, she screams. A warning siren that says, "Back off!"
The eyes of a hunter. She sees through the camouflage. The target is acquired.
Silence is her cloak.
She draws her sword, a retractable needle loaded with the most painful toxin in nature. She draws her sword, a retractable needle loaded with the most painful toxin in nature.
Ponera toxin. It doesn't kill instantly. It locks the nerves. A frozen scream in a living body.
Total paralysis. The meat stays fresh because the heart is still beating.
She lifts a weight equivalent to a human carrying a horse. And she marches home.
Killing is hard work. She refuels with a sip of nectar, a drop of energy for the road.
A standoff. The poison dart frog. One touch of his skin can kill a human. But she is not afraid. Game recognize game. They both carry death in their pockets. They choose to walk away. The sky falls. The prize is lost. Now, the mission is simply to not drown. A titan arrives, warm-blooded, fast. A squirrel monkey, careless and massive.
The giant makes a mistake. He puts his hand on the trigger.
She fires. Pure, liquid agony. The most painful sting in the insect world. The titan screams. The tiny warrior is thrown into the abyss. But the lesson is delivered. Gravity is a harsh mistress. She falls from the penthouse to the basement, into the dark.
The air is thick with mold. She is a stranger in a strange land. She finds them. The statues. Sisters from other tribes, locked in a death grip.
The puppet master, Ophiocordyceps. It drives them mad, then bursts from their skulls.
An invisible rain. Each speck is a seed of death waiting to hatch.
Scrub, clean, remove. If the seed stays, the roots will grow.
It walks, but it is not alive. The fungus is driving the car. Broken mind, broken body. A shell fighting a war it doesn't understand.
It seeks the high ground, not to hunt, but to die. The fungus demands a penthouse view.
The belly is empty. The engine needs fuel. On the floor, you eat or you are eaten. Beneath the moss, a door opens. 8 eyes watch the giant approach. Armor of steel. The fangs slide off. The victim is a tank. The hunted becomes the hunter. One shot to the face changes the game. Protein, rich and raw. The monster becomes the meal.
The floor has its own stars.
The basement is no place for a queen of the canopy. The long climb begins.
A glue gunner. Annoying, but not deadly. She shakes off the slime and climbs on.
The guillotine. Heads severed from bodies. The trademark of the decapitator fly. The throne room. Barricaded, Is it a fortress or a tomb? Fury takes over. She strikes at the ghosts, tearing down the very walls she swore to protect. A queenless warrior. A ghost walking in the rain.
Two ghosts meet, but without a queen to bind them, they are just strangers.
Two ghosts meet, but without a queen to bind them, they are just strangers.
If she cannot have a kingdom, she will have a fortress. She claims the branch as her own.
She becomes a legend in the canopy. The dragon. She rides the beast, delivering fire into its veins. One. The monster falls. The ground trembles. The sky is blocked. The Titans have returned to the garden. A white fog. Plucked from the earth, a specimen collected by the gods for a dark purpose. The White Room. No grip, no exit. A prison of slippery walls.
The leaves whisper sleep. The warriors drift into the void.
She wakes in a rack, bound, woven into a tapestry of living weapons.
The drug fades. The rage returns. 1,000 needles waiting for flesh. The giants dance, shaking the cage, making the prisoners madder. Warmth, sweat, flesh. The target enters the kill zone. Fire! Again and again, pouring the fire into the giant's veins. The weapon is empty. The giant leaves, broken. The prisoners remain. The warrior is gone. Only the victim remains. She hides from the shadow of a leaf. The warrior is gone. Only the victim remains.
She smells of the alien. Her own sisters bear their fangs. She is an outcast.
She survived the gods, only to be killed by the ghosts. The ritual claims its final victim.
She runs. The rain washes the sin away. She is alone, but she is bullet-handed.
The poison returns. The armor hardens. The nightmare reboots.
She screams at the dark. I am here. I am pain. The Hercules beetle. A living tank. The strongest creature on Earth for its size. She attacks, but her jaws find no purchase. He ignores her like we ignore a speck of dust. She climbs the mountain of armor, looking for a chink in the plating. Impenetrable. Her weapon, feared by monkeys and men, is useless here. A hydraulic press on legs. He can lift 850 times his own weight. The Titan. No horn, just jaws. Jaws that can snap a human finger like a twig. Chitin crashes against chitin. A battle of prehistoric siege engines. The Titan's jaws are a hydraulic shear. Pressure builds. Something has to break. Leverage. The Hercules becomes a catapult. The giant is toppled. On his feet, a god. On his back, a helpless turtle. Evolution's cruel joke.
The armor had gaps underneath. The tiny wolf approaches the fallen dragon.
He is already being consumed. An ocean of mites eating him one cell at a time.
He reboots the engines. He returns to the sky, leaving the parasites in the dust.
She remembers. The dust is death.
A fortress of one, small, dry, and safe. Enough for tonight.
The sun rises. The survivor steps out. The jungle is still trying to kill her. Good.
The princess, twice the size of a soldier. She carries the wings of an angel and the future of the species.
The scent of rain, the signal, the humidity rises to 90%. All systems are go.
The scent of rain. The signal. The humidity rises to 90%. All systems are go. They climb the towers, testing the engines. A fleet of bombers ready for the maiden voyage. She is built for Earth, not air. She fights gravity with brute force. A banquet for the birds. For every queen that survives, 1,000 die in the clouds.
He smells her, a chemical love song written in the wind. He locks on.
The transfer. He gives her a lifetime of children in a single moment. His purpose is fulfilled. She tears them off. Snap. Crack. She destroys her freedom to build her prison. She eats herself. The muscles of flight are dissolved, turned into the milk of life.
The crown jewels, pearls of genetic hope. She licks them clean, hour after hour.
She is dying so they can live. A slow suicide of motherhood.
They are small. They are weak. But they are hers. The nanitics.
They break the seal. They step into the land of giants to save their queen. The gamble paid off. The engine restarts. The queen takes her throne. From one comes many. The city grows. The army rises. The empire is born.
Humidity. But it is also death.
Patient zero. The spore drills through the armor. The invasion is silent. Social immunity. If you cannot reach the itch, 1,000 sisters are waiting to scratch it for you.
She carries a pharmacy on her back, a gland that produces antibiotics stronger than penicillin. A kiss that saves lives. She shares the memory of the disease, vaccinating the colony.
She knows.
The undertakers. They move the dead before the rot sets in.
Eden, a city of the dead. The undertakers wash their hands before returning home. Fumigation. They gas the enemy with acid, burning the infection out of the nest. Pine resin, nature's antiseptic. They surround the babies with walls of amber.
A vampire in the nursery. It smells like a friend, but drinks like a tick.
Caught, the nurse performs surgery with a pair of pliers.
She wears a coat of living bacteria, a walking antibiotic factory grown on her own skin.
Total mobilization. They pour their own life force into hers. Feeding, cleaning, healing.
They cannot eat it, so they build with it, turning our trash into their treasure.
A gift from the sky becomes a curse. The spark that burns the world.
The fire ants! They don't send a squad, they send a tsunami!
The big-headed ants. Living tanks. They build a wall of bone and muscle. Chaos. The swarm breaks against the wall. Teeth against steel.
Grab, hold, sting. She turns the giant's leg into a pincushion. One bite, no mercy. The hydraulic jaws shear through armor like paper. If you cannot kill the tank, you immobilize it. 10 against 1 is a fair fight. Artillery support. Acid rain falls on the red tide, burning eyes and sensors.
Armor is heavy. War is long. The giants tire, but the swarm never sleeps.
The wall crumbles. The floodwaters pour into the city. Underground, size is a curse. The tanks are trapped in their own tunnels. They steal the children. The next generation is carried away as spoils of war. Checkmate. The queen falls. The empire is deleted from history.
Armor is heavy. War is long.
To the victor go the spoils. The enemy's muscle becomes their own.
The forest does not mourn. It eats the dead and grows greener.
Fueled by the conquest, the fire empire grows. The red stain spreads across the land.
But in the Game of Thrones, no one rules forever. A new shadow falls.
The flood is not an accident. It is a seasonal certainty. The colony knows what to do.
They weave a carpet of bodies. A fabric made of sisters, lighter than water.
They are unwettable. Millions of trapped air bubbles turn the raft into a hovercraft.
The queen sits on a throne of her own children. The larvae are buoyant, keeping the ship afloat.
They take turns drowning. The bottom layer holds the line until relieved.
On the open ocean, they are slow. Easy pickings for the skaters of the surface. The raft bends, but does not break, and the cargo bites back. Landfall. The survivors become conquerors. Woe to anything living on this shore.
The mangroves. Twice a day, the ocean swallows the forest. Yet, the ants remain. She doesn't flail. She swims. A freestyle stroke perfected over millions of tides.
Outmatched on the surface, she chooses the deep. She dives.
She wears a suit of silver air.
A submarine city. They wait out the tide in a bubble of stolen air. The pitcher plant. A chalice of sweet death. For most, there is no escape.
She dives into the stomach acid. She doesn't dissolve. She swims.
She steals the meat, but she saves the plant from rotting. A partnership forged in acid.
They are the plant's white blood cells. Attack the host, and you face the tenants.
River, ocean, acid. There is no flood they cannot ride, no depth they cannot sound.
They are the secret gardeners, turning the soil, breathing. The forest does not mourn. It eats the dead and grows greener.
The janitors of nature. They scrub the floor clean, turning death back into life.
Put every human on a scale. Put every ant on the other. They are our equals in weight, our masters in number.
Farming, war, slavery, traffic. We look at them and see a reflection of ourselves.
No captain, no general, just a web of data. A brain made of 1,000,000 bodies.
We study their legs to build our machines. The perfect engineers are 100 million years old.
Our medicines fail, but theirs work. The cure for our plagues may hid in their armor.
Fire, radiation, meteorites. They have seen the sky burn before.
While we fight borders, they erase them. A single empire spanning 3 continents. We have seen the builders, knitting the sky and carving the earth.
We have seen the warriors. Fearless, loyal, deadly.
We have seen the survivors, defying the flood and the drought. The ant dies. The colony lives. A river of DNA that flows forever. When our cities fall silent, theirs will still hum.
Look into these eyes. You see a wisdom older than words.
Small, alien, magnificent. The rulers of the undergrowth.